Hey everyone, so I finally got my hands on 3 copies of this Lair of Darkness structure deck. From what I read of the reviews, the cards in this deck, like this cover monster and their field spell, are broken as hell. Like, it's not even funny how good this deck is. However, after testing on Dueling Book, I found that while the deck wasn't bad, it wasn't as great as it was advertised to be. But nevertheless, I wanted to pick up this deck and see just how good it really is. Remember that this only contains the 3 structure decks. I'm still waiting on a few other cards that I've ordered online. Stuff like YuGiOh, which works really well, as well as some other cards such as Armageddon Knight and a few extra deck monsters. So anyway, without further ado, let's open this up and see what good stuff is inside. Okay, this is awkward. Okay. So, you got your handy dandy playmat. It even gives you a few strategy guides on the back. But one thing it says over here, the Fiendish Rhino Warrior over here. Focus that. Okay, good. If you look carefully, it says that it implies that Fiendish Rhino Warrior can actually send Diablos, Lord of the Lair, to the graveyard, but Fiendish Rhino Warrior actually cannot do that because it can only send Fiend monsters, and Diablos is a dragon type. So that was a mistake on this part. But regardless, they also gave you a mini beginner's guide, which I'm not really a beginner. I've been playing this game for a long time, so this one's not really relevant. Anyway, what we all came here for, the structure deck itself. So anyway, let's open it up and see what amazing cards are in it and what reprints are in it. Okay, let's see if I can just get that open. Oh, here it is. Okay, so Lilith, Lady of Lament. What I like about her is that she's a quick effect. On either player's turn, you can essentially just tribute her and basically set a trap card from your deck to the field. And since it's set to the field directly, it doesn't go to your hand. It cannot be Ash Blossomed. And under the field spell, you can literally tribute your opponent's monsters. And since it is a quick effect, it can use its effect as a way to dodge stuff like Torrent or Tribute and whatever. And the best part, 2000 attack for level 3. That's amazing. Darkest Diablos, okay, the boss monster of this deck. 3000 attack, okay, and untargetable and cannot be tributed. Like, if you saw my previous video, you will know that this is among the top 2 best boss monsters to ever come out of a structure deck. So yeah, Diablos, it looks amazing and it's definitely like good. Arima, the Wicked Warden. This card is like Gravekeeper's Commandant in that it's a field spell searcher, but its secondary effect is actually pretty neat. You can tribute a monster and then a dark monster and to draw a card. Or if you tribute a dark monster other than itself, you can search your Diablos right from the deck. And since it technically tributed a monster right before this card was added to your hand, you can immediately summon this right to the field. But even then, drawing a card for a 1-for-1 normal summon, tribute it, draw a card, I say that's still pretty good. This card is nuts. This card, like, if I have to make a list of the top 10 best field spells in the game, this card would definitely be like in the top 3. And I don't even say that about like Union Hanger, okay? As good as let me get my Union Hanger for comparison. As good as Union Hanger is as a card, I still say it's nowhere close to how powerful Lair of Darkness is, okay? The Union Hanger, all it does is searches you stuff. Lair of Darkness literally turns your tribute effects into double minuses for your opponent. But like what does keep this card kind of in balance is that you can only do it once per turn, and yeah, it's kind of a soft once per turn. So you cannot say, oh yeah, I give your opponent a board wipe by tributing all their monsters. You can only tribute one at a time, and only once per turn. Anyway, Grinning Grey Virus. To be honest, I'm not sure what my opinion on this card is. I want to say it's good, but the thing is, like, your opponent can just choose to like send cards from their deck, and essentially for them, depending on the deck, you're actually helping them because they just get to Foolish Burial all their cards from the deck. But what it does kind of make up for this by saying that if a card is sent to the destroy this way, it does not get its activated effect that turn. Okay, Duke Shade, the Sinister Shadow Lord. This card, I definitely run it, but it's at most a one-off. I wouldn't run like max out on it. I'll just run one of it. And its effect reads that it can tribute any number of dark monsters on the field to special summon it. It is an activated effect, not an inherent summoning condition, by the way. This means that you can tribute like dark tokens, like dark monsters, and under Lair of Darkness, you can even tribute your opponent's dark monsters. But remember, the huge misconception of this card is that it can give your opponent a board wipe. You cannot do that. Lair of Darkness only lets you tribute one monster at a time. So if you summon this by tributing your opponent's monster, you can only tribute one of their monster. Do not make this mistake, okay? Do not attempt to give your opponent a board wipe. But nevertheless, it kind of acts like a kaiju, and its second effect is alright, but for this particular deck, it's not really relevant. So yeah, I definitely run one of this, and I say it's like the kaiju of the deck. Diablos, oh yeah, the original one. Lich, Lord King of the Underworld, another reprint. Prometheus. Archfiend Emperor, this card is actually used to be legit in like an Archfiend deck. It's like Master Hyperion. It can be normal summon without tributing. It can pop a card by banishing an Archfiend card from the hand or graveyard. So I guess it's fine. Chaos Mega Monarch. I always wonder why Monarch's decks rarely run this. If its effect is actually legit. Legendary Marju Garzet. There's Great Marju Garzet, now there's Legendary. Not a huge fan. Vanity's Fiend, okay? We all know what Vanity's Emptiness did, so I think it's safe to say we all know what this card does. Mist Archfiend, it's fine. Inferno Dragon, okay. Archfiend Cavalry, another Cavalry, Archfiend monster. I suppose it's fine. Stygian Street Patrol, great in Infernities. Only Infernities are now, like, dead. Phantom of Chaos, good for copying effects. Plague Wolf, no idea what that does. Fiendish Rhino Warrior, again, like if it's sent to the graveyard, you can send another Fiend type monster from your deck to the graveyard, so it's like a Foolish Burial. Curry Bandit, that's good. One of the best reprints in this deck, Tour Guide from the Underworld, okay? This card, when it first came out, it was close to a $50 secret rare. Now that we can get it essentially for free, for almost free in the structure deck, it's like a really good deal. Backjack, not Blackjack. Absolute King Backjack. Reeling Karibo, okay, that's nice. Now onto the spells. Recurring Nightmare. It seems like a pretty, like a broken card because it's a 2-for-1, but it takes some setup to get it working. But I still run at least one copy of this because, like, in late game, you never know. Like, I can recycle an Arima Wicked Warden, summon it, draw a card, and yeah, that's like what else can you ask for? It's essentially like a +1. Allure of Darkness. Okay, this card is like one of the best draw cards out there, and like it's for dark, and so I definitely like, you might as well max out on this, okay? If you're gonna try to make this as fast as possible, just max out on this. Doesn't matter if you banish one of your dark monsters, you have 3 copy of almost everything anyways, so yeah, max out on this. Hand Destruction. Foolish Burial goods, just like Foolish Burial for spell traps. Oh, Boogie Trap. Fires of Doomsday, it's like a mini scapegoat. Veil of Darkness, okay. Now the viruses, you have CCV, DDV, EEV, FFV, and we aforementioned the GGV, the Grinning Grey virus. Okay, so now the final trap cards, you have Dark Light, don't really like that. Trap of Darkness, okay, I guess. Mind Crush, this is one of the best reprints I've been waiting for in this entire deck, and it's like really good for this deck, just based on how it plays. Rise to Full Height, and Curse of Darkness and Sinister Yorishiro. Okay, both of those are good. I really like this token though. This token looks amazing. So anyway, yeah, this is my opening for the Lair of Darkness structure deck. Let me know what you guys think and subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos. I might do a video later on my own personal build and deck profile of the Lair of Darkness structure deck. But yeah, until then, just subscribe to my channel and keep waiting for awesome content. Peace. Peace.